So this is a sensory deprivation tank, and I'm going to be spending the next 24 hours inside of it.
It's going to be a world record.
It's so painful. Starting now.
Andrew's losing something like 900 millilitres every hour.
Andrew? What colour is this light? What do you think would happen if I was in there for 24 hours?
24 hours, you might go absolutely crazy in there, but it's
So what I'll do is I'll get my first float session in as soon as possible, ideally tomorrow if there's any space.
Sensory deprivation.
The best way to have a vacation from your thoughts, or to be alone with them rather.
It's about as far as I can get from the chirpy world of breaking news, social media.
That's the real meditation. That's meditation advanced.
Floating in less than a foot of water, buoyed by 2,000 pounds of salt. I'm weightless.
The loss of your body, like you could literally feel it dissolve away or disappear.
That nothingness, decompress, there's something revitalizing about it.
You start having these like wars in your head about your life.
You could be changed forever.
Let's talk about your girlfriend from high school. Maybe if you guys got back together, you'd be happy.
Sensory deprivation could make you hallucinate or become psychotic.
I'm going to die. There's two people that we've spoken with, both of them said this was stupid.
Yeah, what are you going to do for 24 hours just with your thoughts?
What do you think I'm going to do? Have a fiesta? He's just sent me a waiver. Please watch this prior to your appointment. I have consulted with my own physician. I further agreed to take full responsibility for my thoughts and actions whilst floating the waiver. This means if I go insane, I can't sue him. So this is me signing away. Responsibility for my insanity. I'm just about to go to my first sensory deprivation tank experience, or float experience as the pros call it. I'm not too nervous for this one because it's only an hour, that's what most people do. It's the 24 hours that I'm most nervous about, but we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, I'm outside now.
would you like to come on in through me?
So this is it, hour 0. I have 2 earbuds, I have this thing for my head and my neck, and I have my thoughts. That's it. Let's see how it goes. Let's do the first hour. Why would people do it?
Multitude of reasons. So we sponsor professional athletes, but then that goes all the way down to sort of like your office worker. So these people are stressed, they're tired, their bodies are breaking down for whatever reason, and flotation sort of takes all of that away. It can warp your sense of time.
So how was it?
It was painfully boring. There's no feeling, no touch, no nothing. And that was an hour.
Yeah.
We're just all so stimulated nowadays, even though I take actions to decrease stimulation on a day-to-day basis.
So what did you think about?
Absolutely everything.
Right.
I thought there was going to be a point where my brain would shut off.
Right.
And I'd either get crazy or I'd be enlightened. I just have to reframe it in my mind as it's a challenge. It's going to require my discipline, that's a good thing. And when I do that, I'm like, it's not going to be that bad. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy.
Right.
Clip cuts to me.
Very mixed emotion.
Part of me knows that it's absolutely crazy, and there's a reason why most people don't do it, and there's a reason why everybody who we've spoken to says you're ridiculous. So what are your thoughts about 24 hours? Would you do it?
No. It's pretty wild, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's going to be a test.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it. That's good, that's great.
So this was the owner of the only float tank in my district, and he didn't sound too happy.
Unfortunately,
Every single float session he had was completely booked. The only time was today. We're going in. Literally my trunks are still wet because the first float I ever did was this morning. 24 hours. Right now, we're right outside. Let's see what happens.
You could be changed forever.
You know what you're embarking on with this, don't you?
Not really.
So, I mean, I put it out to quite a few people today, and I said, like, well, has anyone done this?
Yeah.
Like, so this is the equivalent of saying, thinking of doing couch to 5k,
Right.
but then someone says, right, let's go and do a 100-mile ultra marathon. So,
And the most seasoned people, you were saying?
6-7 hours tops.
what's going on?
We're hanging out.
That's too much. Until 9 a.m.
9 p.m. tomorrow. I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to have a pod tour. Water's incredibly salty. You get salt in your eyes, you spray yourself. Item number 2, a light. Item number 3, you don't press that button. Item number 4, this inflatable head thing, and without it, your neck hurts. That's all that I have. That's everything. I'm starting to feel so relaxed.
So we're about 3.5 hours in.
Yeah.
And you feel fine?
Completely fine, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything started to melt down. Yeah, I was waiting 4 hours in.
Yeah. 20.
At this point, this is actually just dumb. My stomach is so painful, it keeps rumbling. And my thoughts go round and 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 round. I'm even losing sense of scale. There's times that I felt like I'm floating in an ocean. There's this massive spaceship ahead of me. It's just stupid. What colour is this light? What colour is it? What colour is the light, Kate? I need to know. At this point, even the colours that I was seeing had become completely distorted.
Blue?
Blue. Look in the footage, it was purple. It was purple and look in the camera. So I was saying to the camera, it's blue, I was there. When I'm staying in the same place, the water around me gets warm. But when I move, the water gets cold because it hasn't been close to my skin. So there's an incentive for me to stay in the exact same position. It's freezing. I'm getting like shivers.
Temperature of your pod has dropped by 2 degrees, so that's why it's so cold for you.
Yeah.
And so we need to move you to the other pod. And we've raised that one by 2 degrees, so hopefully it will last a bit longer.
Perfect.
So I need you to put on this eye mask and these headphones, and then we can walk over to the other pod. Well, how does it feel?
It feels weird. Yeah, I get seasick when I'm standing up now, when I'm not in water.
Do you actually feel like dizzy?
Yeah.
Genuinely
Exactly
dizzy.
like seasickness, yeah.
Oh yeah. Just follow my voice. This way? There you go.
Cool, can I take them off?
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. Well, this was
That's so much warmer. In you get.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in there as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Alright. See you later.
Enjoy your pod. What are you gonna do now?
What do you think I'm gonna do? There's 3 things I can do. So I think we're about a third of the way into the challenge. At this point, the only saving grace I have is sleep. Sleep is incredibly important for this challenge. If I sleep, it reduces the time left in half. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep. So we're going to have to find out.
I don't think I'd be able to sleep. People can fall asleep in there, but it's only for like a little periods of time. So it's like, imagine laying in a bed that you can't turn over in.
So it's just gone 7 a.m. The sun is just rising in the distance. I'm gonna go check on Andrew. I wonder what Andrew is doing. Oh, that's normal.
I got to sleep, I think. I was reading about this. When you get so relaxing in one of these things, you end up in a state that's in between sleep and being awake. And I was almost hallucinating. There was times that my thoughts were caught in a cycle. And there's nothing to ground your thoughts to. My thought, like one of the cycles, like, oh, I should be recording. And then that led on to something else. And then I was like, oh, I'm probably not gonna be able to get to sleep. So then I would sit up And then I would think, oh, I should probably try to get to sleep, and I did that like 4 or 5 times. And then I was like, hold on a second, I've just done that multiple times in a row, and I didn't realize. It's been a really interesting journey because I've expressed to you the feelings of negativity and how it's all difficult, but every single step of the way, there's been some part of me deep down that knows this is 100% possible. And the reason for that is this video acts as a reminder that even the people that are stimulated through social media, through gaming, through text messages, through to-do lists, you can get out of that, and that isn't a life that leads to satisfaction. It's possible to go from that, that's exactly where I was for a long period of time, to having the discipline to do absolutely nothing, mental torture for 24 hours with zero stimulation. It's completely possible, and that's been the thing that's been pushing me through the entire way. Boredom does not equal bad.
The last move.
Yep, we're gonna put things on me.
Nah. The last time you're gonna get in one of those.
I'm worried about my mental health.
I'd like to see how long it could last in there. Again, it's going to be a mental game, it's not going to be physical.
I didn't think it'd last past 6.
So the float community there,
Yeah.
very surprised, so I can't even. Andrew?
If he's working.
His dad's going in the bed.
24 hours up.
No way. Is that time?
Yeah, that's
Oh, let's go. Oh, that was crazy. 24 hours is a lot longer than you think. You know, the day could go past that long.
I would say I'm massively impressed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I can get out.
Right, well, I'll leave you to it. But, yeah. Well, I'll speak to you in a minute, but yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
In COVID time.
Yeah, appreciate that. Oh. There was just different phases. There was so many different phases. Like normally a day's a day. You just go to work, do whatever. But that felt like it was months. So many different emotions, so many different phases.
Just walk that way.
Close all the curtains. Stay on the phone. We are the monsters.